Ahoy, you are listening to
Glass Half Full.
I'm Mulla, the sensible twin.
And I'm Laura, the funnier, prettier, braver, smarter, more...
Okay, we get it. Anyway, welcome to our podcast, where we chat over a hot beverage
or cold, it's completely your choice.
About bits and bobs that help us feel more positive.
And don't forget humor. We are very, very funny as well.
Yes, anywho, hope you enjoy.
Yes, hope you enjoy. We're so funny, like really funny.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year, starting us something, la la la,
la. I wonder what those lyrics are there.
Yeah, maybe
but they're good.
Look it up. Anywho, Happy New Year!
2024. Excited?
It's gonna be our year.
Yeah, the last 30 something haven't been, but this one for sure will be. No, I'm joking. It's not been a bad year. It's gonna be
everyone's year.
Yes, everything will be fine.
Yeah, we'll be just fine.
We'll be just fine, everybody.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like chillax.
Exactly. Me and Ulla have just gone back home to Estonia.
Ulla and I.
Oh my God! Seriously.
You're welcome.
And it was a very lovely week we spent.
We were so lucky.
We are very lucky with the weather. Oh my goodness. It was like -2 degrees and snowy. Could you imagine?
For Christmas. It was white Christmas.
White
like
Christmas.
Proper white Christmas.
So we haven't been home for actual Christmas, which for us is 24th of December. Over 10 years we kind of calculated. We've been sometimes just after, but not for a long time for actual Christmas. And It was really nice. It was just me and Ulla this time going home, and we did lots of like really heartwarming, wholesome things. Yeah.
Met up with lovely people.
Exactly.
Relatives. Visited our most favorite little town in Estonia called Haapsalu.
Yeah, we love Haapsalu. And
had some nice food.
Yeah, it was very nice and wholesome. And then Mom got sick and coughed all over everything.
Yeah,
and it was fun.
Everything.
But anyway.
We digress.
Yes.
But,
so we're back now to Bonnie, Scotland.
To give positive vibes again to others. Recharged a little bit.
Yeah.
So
who
would you like to shout out about, Laura?
Well, I would like to shout out about our drinks first of all. Ola was miming like, the drinks.
Yeah, it's a pivotal thing, of our...
What are you drinking?
So, yeah, it's nothing very original. Everybody who is listening to this podcast knows that I like cherry flavor, I think, maybe. And if you didn't know that, you're not a real fan.
Wow. A way to alienate our listeners.
Yeah, I'm opening up with Pepsi Max. Start your year as you mean to go on. This sentence is gonna be used a lot.
A lot today.
Probably.
Yep.
No, actually, I'm gonna
just
try
open it already. No one cares.
Clear, but yeah, listen out. First one for this year.
Oof. Okay, that went all over the mics and the table, so that's fun. Where's my tissues?
I have some tissues.
Start as you mean to go on, did you say? Don't go on like that.
Yeah, don't do what I did.
Paul's literally like, it's all over my technical stuff. Oh, sorry, Paul.
I didn't know it would do that.
No, you didn't. Anyway, I'm drinking water because I had 2 glasses of wine yesterday. It was Hogmanay.
Yeah.
Or for you guys who are not from Scotland or in Scotland, it was the 31st of December. So I need to hydrate, y'all.
Yeah, Laura is not hungover.
Nope.
She did not get blind tipsy.
I did not. I was a good girl. Okay, so should we go smoothie?
Not to say that I wasn't, but yeah, I was another good girl.
Yes. Anyway, shout-outs.
Yes.
So, long story short, we a couple of years ago, we joined a choir called European Estonians Choir.
Yeah.
and it gathers in different countries. We went to Luxembourg for one of the choir weekends. It consists of Estonians who don't live in Estonia, so it's like
or they might for like a half a year or something, or they might travel for,
anyway, it doesn't matter. So it's for the ones who live like in Central Europe. A lot of them are in Germany, Brussels,
European Parliament.
Yep. So we wanted to keep going, but obviously then it is quite expensive to keep going abroad a couple times a year for a choir weekend. So we sadly couldn't continue.
Opted out, yeah.
But we managed to go to the massive song festival a couple of years back, which was absolutely amazing bucket list experience with like how many people were on the big outside stage type of thing.
Felt like half of Estonia was on the stage and the other half was listening.
Exactly. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. But anyway, in that choir, we rekindled the relationship with our old English teacher Ingrid. So in our high school, I guess, right? And also elementary school. She was an English teacher there.
Secondary school.
Yeah. And who can forget, we played Uno and one other game. It was really cool. I can't remember the name. Anyway, and she's really lovely. And since then, from the choir, we have her on like Facebook and Insta. And she actually has an Instagram page. So she is an artist. That's not her full-time job. Full-time job is translator, and she lives half the time in Luxembourg and half the time in Estonia at the moment. And she, her Instagram page is, and we will obviously tag her as well, is Ingrid Järv _art, and art is with capital A-R-T. And Ingrid is the way you expect Ingrid to be spelled, but then Järv is J-A with dots, R-V, which also means lake. You're welcome. Estonian language Lashon. So on that page on Instagram, you can see the first pinned post is about her book, which is called Pharaoh and the Rain, and it is in English. It's a nice, small, quite a relatively small book, perfect for giving as a present for someone who just needs some beauty, because there's like. It's basically
pleasing to look at.
Very pleasing to look at, and you have like basically it's a timeless collection of poems and graphic works, and it's a visual and literary journey through time and space, capturing the mystical aspects of life and love. And just a little how to say it, a little spiel about that is like that this little collection of poems and artwork was born when Ingrid was a young girl on the threshold of her creative life. And she's recently discovered those old works and decided to put them together into a book because she thinks this girl deserves to be seen. Because she still likes her a lot, the younger herself, and hopes this time capsule of sorts might inspire others as well. Ingrid Järv is an artist, translator and book lover who has spent her life discovering the world of languages and writing. And honestly, like there's like really cool like graphic like pictures, I guess, or drawings you would call them, and the poems are really like written in a really cool way, like even like on the page that not all the words are like vertical, if that makes sense, or horizontal. Like she's played around with how you even have to
artistically put together.
Yes, exactly, and they're not long, and really, really nice. She also on her Instagram obviously shares her art as well. She hasn't done much recently with that. Of course, like with everybody, the hobby side sometimes gets forgotten about, but she's hoping to upload some more. And if you would like to get that book, it's through those who live in Estonia but also abroad, Apollo and Rahva Raamat, which is the two shops, bookshops, they can also send it to abroad. But if you go and follow her and DM her, she can send it to you probably cheaper. as well than the actual book sell. So do that. It's a really nice and it's in English. The poems are in English. So yeah, so that's my shout out today. So Ingrid
Brilliant.
Järv _art in Instagram. Go and follow.
Lovely. I would like to shout out about another Estonian. So recently, when we visited home, we were watching a program on maybe 30th or something, like end of year program when they were doing all these
No, not 30th.
summaries.
30th we were traveling, but 29th.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
They were doing all these summaries about like how the year has been and how Estonia. And they showed a pair of a funny pair, grandmother and grandson, who had kind of gone viral on TikTok because of the grandmother. Like she was, I think the most viral video she was in was her trying to pronounce English words, and she did it like phonetically, like in Estonia you pronounce the letters how they're written down. So yeah, and that kind of somehow jogged everyone's interest. So it's a very lovely pair of people. It's like a teenager grandson who's really seems to have a really nice relationship with her grandmother.
So cute to see.
Very cute, yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing it to make fun of her, but to have fun with her.
Yeah, like
and it's
quality time.
Yeah, and the grandma also really enjoys it and stuff.
Yeah,
and
she's sweet. And one video was like giving tips for winter, like fashion tips. And
Yeah.
saying like, maybe perhaps not wear crop tops. It's cold in Estonia.
Yeah.
So it is mostly, I think, in Estonian, but
it's not for Estonian audience. I think a lot of them have either subtitles or are like funny for people from abroad to see about Estonia.
Yeah.
And what's the TikTok tag?
So the tag is Mina olen mama, which means I am mama
or
mommy,
mama. Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
grandma.
Yeah.
So it's spelled Mina.
Mina.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, how disgusting is that?
OLEN
Olen.
MAMMA.
Mama. Nobody actually probably pauses and writes it down. They all just go as per our tags.
Yeah.
So we'll tag anyway.
But yeah, it's Mina olen mama.
Yep. On TikTok. I think maybe Insta.
Perhaps, but we knew
Definitely
about the TikTok.
Definitely TikTok is the important part. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cutesy.
Perfect. Great.
You're gonna learn about Estonia now. Boop boop. So, before I start with my Estonian facts, I'd like to see, Paul, do you have any words of wisdom to bestow upon us in Estonian, for perhaps?
Got absolutely no words of wisdom, but I will tell you.
Shocker.
Wow.
Anyway.
But I will tell you a word that I learned.
Nice one.
It is voi. In Estonian, it is simply or butter. It has two meanings that are completely different. And I don't understand how you get away with life. How does life work?
We've managed so far. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, because we say this or that is se või teine, and then
This butter that.
and then butter is also või.
Voi. Yeah. You put butter on the bread.
Or just put or on the
Voi.
bread.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting
fact.
fact.
So there you go. That's my contribution to your podcast today.
Much obliged. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right. Well, as this episode is coming out in the beginning of January, I thought I'd introduce some of the New Year's Eve traditions from Estonia. So it's bygone, but good to know a little bit. So Estonian tradition goes that if a man ate 7 times on New Year's Day, he would have the strength of 7 men in the year to come. And after years of famine, it followed that Estonians would eat 7 or 9 or 12 times on New Year's Day to ensure not only strength, as aforementioned, guy giving strength,
Yeah.
getting strength, but abundant food for the year as well.
Okay, does grazing count? Because I've grazed today for 1,000,000 times, so that's...
I think so. Otherwise, you wouldn't sit down for 7 proper meals, would you? I don't know. I wouldn't.
No, it's just simply not.
Now, that's our meal for this hour.
Yeah.
And then for next one. But
Okay.
Also, the table shouldn't be cleaned until the next morning, so that the spirits of the passed away family members could feast too. And that, I know our mom definitely does do that. She leaves stuff on the table.
From 31st to the 1st.
Yeah.
Because at one point you mentioned New Year's Day you need to eat. So is that not like, for example, today is the 1st of January when we record this? Can you check
Well, it
your
says kind of like
facts?
New Year's Eve tradition.
Cool, cool. Just checking.
Another custom is to pouring molten tin into cold water and see what the new year will bring. We've done it once.
Yes,
with
it
Mum.
looked like an absolute mess. So I guess I had a messy year that year.
It's fun to look for different contours and interpret the meaning of the shapes.
Yes.
Obviously to your advantage.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't like go the negative way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
that
would hope
looks like
for the best.
bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Like, no, that looks like a tree. I get to go outside a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is believed to have originated in Germany or
Okay.
Austria. And also, fireworks.
I do know of them.
In Estonia, that's the main night for fireworks.
Correct.
I'd say, kind of like, I don't think we have any other.
No, we don't have big
celebrations.
kabooms on the 5th of November because nobody attempted to blow up our parliament on that day ages ago.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, or 4th of July.
Yeah, but we also didn't gain independence on the 4th of
Yeah.
July. So yes, the 31st of December definitely is the day for
It's-
kabooms.
Yeah. Although I'm a bit conflicted about the kabooms, but that's a story for another.
Is it because of doggies?
Doggies and also birds. It
Yeah.
disorientates birds.
To be fair, last night in Ellen, we did not have kabooms at all. Like, we didn't even hear distant ones. So
And plus a lot of money wasted, but
it is a lot
Hey-ho.
of money wasted. Literally, you, like, throw the money in the air.
we were watching the ones from Edinburgh yesterday on TV, and it looked quite magnificent. But
Yeah.
so
Conflicted now. We are conflicted.
conflicted. It's the best way to be. It's so confused. But yeah, that concludes my Estonian facts.
Ace. Very good.
Thanks.
Offload.
Minute.
So we will start ranting now, bitching and moaning as
Well-
per usual.
AKA offload minute. So Laura, do you want to go first?
Yes,
Okay, ready?
I am
We will
ready.
plunge right in. Okay, ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Steady. Go.
Right, so my rant this time is about hoovering. Not the action of hoovering, that's totally fine, but dragging the hair out of the hoovery bit. I don't know what that bit is called, the one that goes round and round. The brushy bit of the hoover. And slicing your fingers in half pretty much in the process. And it's horrible. I hate it. Paul doesn't do it, so sometimes I have double the stuff to do.
30 seconds.
And yeah, I'm just not for it really. But I cannot moan too much because I'm the one whose hair is there. Not Paul, not Dolce. My long, horrible ass hair is what I need to drag out of the hoover. But
10.
I'm pretty sure other people would agree. It is not fun at all. So that's my rant. 3, 2, 1. There we go. So, yeah. So whilst I rant about it, I know that it's my hair, okay? I know it. They're clearly about, like, from my head, you know?
Right.
Anyway,
I can relate to that.
yeah, you can.
It's nasty.
Nasty in it. Right, okay, so I will put the timer. I almost put it for 23 minutes. Imagine you ranting for 23 minutes.
No.
God save us all. Okay, are you ready?
Ready?
You ready for your next Dear Diary?
Yeah.
You're very lyrical. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go.
I am quite annoyed by misleading ads and online fraud in general. There's 2 very believable videos I have seen recently with AI-generated content, letting the public know of some get-rich-quick opportunities endorsed by a famous person or other. In a nutshell, these let you believe that the celebrity has money they desperately want to give away, and all you have to do to get a slice of their fortune is to download an app and play this game they have created. It's basically a casino game. I have thought these to be too good to be true, but I can see how some more impersonable, vulnerable people could fall for it, and this just makes me helplessly angry. I know these particular videos have been hoaxes, as I have researched info about them, and the celebrities implicated in these have denied knowing anything about these schemes. But yeah, fraud and stuff, it just makes me so angry.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, AI. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old, but I'm not a fan because like I feel like it's like it can never take over. But it's just the cheater's gonna cheat with that.
Yeah, but then also like it learns very quickly, but right now it doesn't really still understand the concepts of life and stuff. They've tried to make some, the big writer's strike.
Yeah.
And stuff. Still, the stories the AI comes up with are quite like ridiculous.
Yeah, they don't give like a character through. They don't have a character, do they?
Or like I don't know, something happens in space and it's like stuff that are not space related are in the story, and like it's just quite far fetched. But
these ones that you're just talking about, I don't think I've seen.
I've seen 2, and I'm like,
how do you know that it's AI? Like, what gives it like away?
Because the person is not actually. It looks like a real person, the famous person talking and stuff. But the person has no idea about this. Like, I've read like comments and stuff.
Isn't
and,
that like that's illegal? That's impersonation, isn't it?
Feels like it, but no. Well.
Oh my god, that's like from like the series Black Mirror almost like.
Like there's been scams, like that the family member has been abducted or something, and then the criminal
what?
A family member has been maybe not abducted, but a criminal phones someone and plays the victim's voice.
Oh god.
To the parent, and that's AI through AI,
goodness,
and they
like
fraud out like money with that because the person actually thinks it's their son or daughter on the other line, which is not actually.
So the key then is to call your son or daughter, and if they pick up, like you just know, what I mean.
But then you get told like, oh no, don't involve anyone else, otherwise, like.
That's true. Oh, that's horrible. Anyway,
let's positive.
Delve into that too deeply.
But that was a rant minute, so a minute and a half.
And now the rant is over. Guest of the month.
Who is it?
I do not know.
Tell me who is it?
I don't know who it is, but shall we find out?
Okay.
Head uudased.
Hello, so we are here with our cousin Madli.
And you're not gonna explain at all what we just said.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah. So that was in Estonian, if you didn't guess it already. It means Happy New Year, because this episode is coming out in the beginning of January
2024.
We're recording it just after Christmas, though, when we are back in this nice snowy Estonia.
Very snowy Estonia. And we are actually in our
mom's living room.
Well, kind of ours as well, I suppose. And anyway, we have Madli here. Madli is our cousin, not niece, because she's not your daughter.
I said cousin.
And I know it now.
Laura has problems with he and she and cousin and niece.
And many other things.
Bear with us. But without further ado, we'll go to the first question. So, Madli, who are you?
And what is your name?
I'm definitely she.
And I'm Good to know.
And cousin. Yes, and my name is Madli.
What?
Do you want to know how to spell it?
Yes.
Yes,
For
please.
the listeners that are...
Madli.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was right in there. You have practiced that bit. That's very
No, I
You can
haven't.
spell.
No, okay.
A little.
Impressive.
So what do you do? Or like
For a living.
For a
or
living.
like
I do all sorts of things for a living. Where do you want me to start?
in the beginning.
No, when you were a little girl. No.
When I was just a little
Little.
girl.
Oh, there we go. You're welcome,
Lovely.
everybody.
Yes.
From your like full-time job.
Okay.
Work back from there.
Full-time job. Well, I'm head of support systems in Konstantin Pätsi Vabaõhukool. It's a special. It's a cool for kids who have educational needs that are different than ordinary school can provide.
Very
Well,
interesting.
Yes, they have most of the children or pupils who study there have ADHD or autism spectrum, some sort of.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I'm a basically special education teacher.
We have seen some was it crickets in your where you live? Some sort of bugs that you bring to the classroom, so you do some fun things like that.
Big snails, you mean?
Oh, yes, snails.
Yeah,
They're
it was
totally
kind of
different.
African giant snails.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are the cool things?
There were bugs when you were visiting me in summer. I remember.
Yeah.
But it was spider, Laura.
Yes.
Spider.
Yes. You killed my spider, yes.
Well,
Yes.
In the sink.
or was it something else? It was an accident.
Natural
perhaps.
causes.
What was the spider called again?
Lars.
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 And Lars is a ordinary
No.
mid-European. No.
Yeah, mid-European spider, yes.
Yeah. And I hate spiders. And but you do some other cool things with the
Yeah, you are
kids.
Many
what age
talents.
group? First of all, what age group do you
Support.
From 1st grade to 9th. So
Okay.
it's
Oh,
like
big
till
range.
Very interesting. So different levels need different like approaches as well that you have
Yes,
to
of
obviously
course.
and to do it full time.
Yeah, full time.
Wow. And that's not even all that Madli does.
Yes.
No, I also I do play therapy in school with children, and then I also have a little I don't know how to say it, wee job.
Oh yeah, like a side. I don't know.
Side hustle.
It's like a work bite thing.
Okay.
I do in a mental health center.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I also do play therapy there. And then I also have a guest house, you know.
Yes. We've stayed there.
Feel free to give a shout out for people to book
Yes,
it.
Sambla Talu at Laulasmaa. Yes.
We can vouch for it to be very cozy, hygge.
And the surroundings is like in a
quaint.
very lovely forest, and there's 2 beaches nearby.
Yes.
And yeah,
So sorry.
quiet time you can have. And there's also an Arvo Pärdi center nearby. It's our very famous composer.
Very world even famous.
Yeah, world famous composer.
And what else do I do? I don't even remember. Oh, then I'm also a family mediator.
Yes, I was
Yes.
gonna say yes.
Yes.
You were trying to mediate us when we were there in the summertime.
Yes,
with the little-
yes. I used a really easy
toy.
way. Yes.
It didn't work. We still hate each other. So,
Yeah.
but hey ho,
Don't quit your day job.
You weren't ready.
Yeah. No.
Right.
Yeah.
To admit.
It takes time, you know. You have to
Yeah.
be in the right place in order to mediate.
That's it. But lots of different things and little jobs. And in
Yes.
Estonia we have a saying, "Hunt kriimsilma 7 ametit," which means there's this wolf character from a
Like a children's character.
Yeah, and it's 7 professions, and that's Madli.
Yeah.
It's 7 professions.
Yes.
And
With crimson. Yes.
Yes. Anything else to add to there? What do you do?
What do I do?
maybe not even work-wise, but like what do you do in your spare time?
Well, I like to do sports, you know. I do pole dancing. And then I do yoga. And
Running.
Running, yes.
In the woods.
In the woods, yes.
Which are lovely around the...
And then I used to, not this year I have been lazy for some reason, but I used to, be the voluntary police officer as well. I don't know how it is in English.
Volunteer police officer.
It
Yeah.
is. I guess they
I
have
would
some
say
special
so.
name. Yeah, yeah.
So if you're a
Or
volunteer,
is it reserves? No.
No. You
No.
go. You know, if they are like, you can go and do the regular policeman stuff. Actually, you don't only get paid. It's just a difference. You know,
Oh,
you can.
volunteer.
kind of pick and choose when you do it. And stuff.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, cool! But you have the whole like you can do anything that the usual police officers do, or like
Not
people.
Not everything, and you have different type of levels there. So I'm like really, a really beginner because I haven't volunteered so much yet.
But yeah.
Because I moved from Saaremaa to Harjumaa, and so it kind of came a bit more complicated here.
Oh,
But
really?
yes, others you do some courses and you pass some exams and you can have it sounds bad, but you can have a weapon or gun, and
Do police officers in Estonia carry guns?
yes, they do.
Do you?
I don't have the permit. Yes,
Yeah,
you have to have a
okay.
course and you have to have an exam, and then you can do it, and then you have different like rights. Like now in this area, I can be the third person in the patrol.
Patrol,
Yeah.
But if you have a right to carry a gun, then you can be the second. So like there's different. But when there's like police operations, like everybody blows, then you can participate and stuff like you can do stuff like that, and lots of other stuff you can do.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The
Very
reason why I
interesting.
asked is like I don't think in UK they carry guns. It's like baton buttons.
But buttons, yeah.
In Estonia, they normally wear a gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard here.
Hard
isn't it?
knuckle life
Yes.
in it.
So,
So that brings us to the next part of that question,
yes.
which is what made you laugh recently?
Your mom.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we were all laughing here, but yeah.
What can you explain to the listener? Since they were not
Because the way she handled the phone to take the photo was hilarious.
here. Oh.
I never seen such a professional at work.
Yeah.
That's
Never.
sarcasm.
Wink,
It
wink.
could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Nudge,
There is
nudge.
definitely a blurry picture of her own hand, just in front of an okay quality, I guess, photo of us. That was very funny, bless her.
But much appreciated, Mom.
What
thanks.
made me laugh was also when Madli was trying to find us, and then
Oh yeah.
she went to the wrong place through no fault of ours, obviously. That's just
Obvious.
on her own. She went to the
Right.
wrong place.
Yes.
And then
I just followed the instructions Laura
Yeah.
gave me. So
I'm very sorry. But she was like, I'm in the wrong building. And then she said like, nice.
Nice.
Like really sarcastic.
Maybe it's worth to mention that these buildings don't they're like 5 stories high
Yeah.
and they don't have lifts, and
We're on the 5th floor.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's just a little bit of a painting of a picture for you guys.
Exactly. So, but yeah, that was hilarious when Mom took the photo. We'll show you the photo. It will be posted
Yeah.
either when we post today or during our actual podcast episode release. And my next question to you is, what is on your aspirations, or some say bucket list, list. It could be anything.
I thought about it.
Yeah, this is our mom.
Hi, Mom.
Say, wave to our
Camera.
US mom. Mom just walked in and is looking at the camera. No, ei.
Kas te teete proovi praegu?
Ei, praegu on
päris.
I'm just explaining to mom. No,
Yeah.
ei.
Yeah, need a
It's
kõik
all part of the fun
hukas.
that mom just walked in and is asking if we're doing a practice one, and it's like, no, the actual one. So that's cool.
Yes.
Um,
You're in history now.
may we help? Kas me saame aidata?
ei, tähendab, et tõsiselt või?
Yeah, me juba käib. Say hi, mom. Say
Hi,
hello.
Mom.
Hello.
Hello!
There we go. That's mom, everyone. There we go. Okay, back to Madli. Sorry, Madli.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I can share.
Darn.
Wow, that is so generous.
Mom
Yeah.
bulldozed in again, eh?
What's my list? What's on my list?
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be a materialistic thing or traveling somewhere, a country that you would like to go?
I don't think I have that list, I think.
That's all right.
That's really good for our podcast.
Yeah.
Could you make something up?
Did you not do your homework, Madli?
I don't have like a dream that I want to have a big house or a fancy car. That kind of
Goals.
that's something I used to think that would make me happy, but now I think it's like I do all this stuff and because I want to experience life in different ways, so that's on my list to have a life full of life actually. So
Very good.
That's a very
and to do stuff that I can be most useful to life. So
to
that-
contribute.
So that makes me feel good, and that's the purpose of life, isn't it? That we just want to feel good.
Exactly.
So
Amen to that.
Yeah.
So would that mean you want to do lots of different like new activities and like travel?
try
or-
different things. I guess I don't have that thing anymore. That this is I don't do that because I don't do that because I can do everything or anything.
Are you
Yeah.
like a yes person now, kind of saying yes to people,
Yes.
things,
Because
If I want to, I don't always want
selectively?
to
Yeah.
do what makes
Yeah.
you happy, like and stuff.
Yes,
And say no to things that don't make you happy. more.
exactly.
Like
Yeah. It's okay to
activities
say
and-
no.
and it's
no,
okay to say no
It's
to
okay
people
to
as
say
well.
no. Yeah.
then you say yes to yourself. You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But it's not in a selfish way,
No.
It's more like I'm, choosing myself. It's not like this baby princess type of stuff, like
No, absolutely. It's like boundaries, and if you have more of like what makes you happy, you then are like a better version, and then give to others more authentically, I guess, and stuff.
It's
That's
like
so deep, yo.
recently I've been like thinking, or like the older you get and stuff, like you do think that life is too short, and then like there's no point keeping, for example, people in your life who don't add anything to your life. They slow you down or like add
Or-
negative energy. Then
Yeah.
kind of
or
like
do the work that doesn't make you feel happy. I was
Yeah.
just thinking the other day that I know quite a few people who use like I don't know, different kind of pills,
Oh,
medical
yeah.
medication.
medication. Yes, that's right. In the morning you have to take something to keep you calm during the day, and then in the night you take the sleeping pill. So isn't that a really a huge sign that maybe you shouldn't do that work if you can only survive
Function like
function
that.
Yes.
on pills.
Absolutely.
That's true.
So
Definitely have had some of those jobs myself where it's just so horribly stressful, like the business travel. I did not enjoy at all. It wasn't for me. Some other people might love it.
Yeah,
And then you have to find in life what makes you actually okay with your work.
yeah, and I think life is really, really honest and really quick. It gives you feedback like instantly that if something makes you feel good or something makes you feel bad, But now I also think that it's not in this childish way. Like sometimes we have to do stuff that we don't want to, but you can change your attitude towards it, like cleaning the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is
Because as everything is neutral, and you choose how you kind of relate to that stuff. You can,
It's like there is a saying that you can't really help what happens to you, but you can help your reaction to it.
exactly.
Yeah, that's very,
So,
very true.
so you end up in a place where you can see that things that happen to you in life are not good or bad. They're just things, and they're meant to happen.
Yeah. I, in one of the books, it said it exactly like that. It's like there's not good and bad. It's like neutral, but then you choose how to view it,
Yes.
and that's
And the bad things are normally the stuff that we call bad things. Some accident happens or something. They can lead to something really good. I can give a very good example about.
Please do, yes.
About the doctor who was driving really fast with her car. So she crashed her car, and so she went to the nearby gas station to wait for the pumper to pick the car up because the car was like damaged, not working anymore. And when she was sitting there and crying, then she met the love of her life. So was it a bad accident?
Maybe it was
no,
faith.
it was meant to be.
So you never know.
That's so
you
true.
never know.
That
yes.
is true. That is very true.
And talking about things like neutral things, well, it goes into a little bit of like negative, but yeah, I'll explain. So through evolution, people have actually like we evolved like this, that we jumped to the negatives first. We thought about negative things first because that's how we survived. Like if there was a predator somewhere, you had to run. Like you couldn't be like, oh, can I talk to the predator? It's a cute little predator. You had to. Negative reaction came first. So now we have to kind of train our bodies and minds to kind of maybe, if something bad happens, take a step back and think like, oh, is it that bad?
Like instead of flight or fight.
Yeah. If there's a stressful situation, take a deep breath and think, no, that's not gonna end my life.
Yeah.
I don't know
Cool.
if that makes sense.
Yes,
But
it does. But let's go on to the next question.
So the next question is the interesting one. Namely, it's the award goes to. So we might need to explain this one a little bit.
Yes. So very quickly, because Madli kind of knows, and most of our 7 listeners do know as well. But basically, make up a category and then give that present award. It could be soppy, it could be funny, it could be sarcastic, whatever. And yeah,
Or passive aggressive,
I can give out the passive aggressive award.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's up completely your choice what award.
Or it can be entirely optimistic and positive, like you met somebody who was really nice.
Yeah, people have given to their like moms or best
Yeah,
friends.
I can give an award to my mom, I think. I'm thinking about the name of the award. Maybe it's the Normality Award.
You are the most normal.
It doesn't sound good, does it? I guess it's like, because she was a bit bohemian mom, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yes, because I was, when I grew old and started, doing all this self-searching stuff, and courses and blah, blah, blah. And then I discovered that so many stuff that people have that they have to kind of work through or get rid of, I don't have, because my mom never said to me that, don't do that, look what other people are thinking of you. So I never was put to live in other people's head. Never, as she said that. I never had to do anything, that she wanted me to do, in a educational wise or professional wise, she's kind of always
she's easy and relaxed.
Yes,
like chill. She likes to do your own.
Yes, she has this attitude that the child is a guest to a house. That you don't own your child, and they have their own lives, and so
that's a nice. And it's also our aunt Mumma. So it's so cute because we just saw Mumma like yesterday, even the day before.
Yes.
So it's like, oh,
so yes.
Sweet.
So this is like normality. I think that this is keeping me normal at ward. Can I say that?
Like grounded or yeah, well,
like.
Well, she's really grounded, and I think that she's raised her children like that. Yes.
You can just be like, best mom.
Best mom. Yeah, well, obviously she's the best. This is like, who doesn't know that?
Yeah.
And then, how would this award look like?
It could be abstract.
Yeah.
It could be an actual physical thing you want to.
Yeah. Really, you want me to describe it?
Yes, we always ask
that. Someone painted a mural.
Yeah.
Someone an award.
Well, I think it would be a lovely wine cellar full of white wines.
Oh,
lovely.
Well, from what country?
Is there different?
I guess different, but they have to be some sort of oily and dry type of white in the winter time, and in the summer, Pinot Grigio, something like that.
That's interesting. We've never had anyone give a wine cellar as a award, but I kind of like it. It's very
the first one.
It's quite big.
Yeah, it's very big. Yes,
and preferably attached to their own house, maybe, so they can have easy access.
Yes, that would be preferable. Yes, correct. Thank you for clarifying that for everybody.
You're so welcome, everybody.
Anything to add to that bit?
Award.
Yeah.
Anything at all? Did we move on?
We can move on.
Okay, we move on to our random question,
Yes.
which this time is, what is the weirdest thing that you, obviously as a host to a booking.com homestay, that a guest has either requested or asked for or left behind? Anything weird pop up from that side of things?
I only have run this place for a year, but what have
Or any interesting guests
that have like stood out?
I have interesting guests. I've had the lecture about Jesus, obviously.
Obviously.
And
Why is it obvious? I mean,
Have you found Jesus?
yeah,
okay.
No, it was more like that I'm not I'm in a wrong path in my life because I haven't accepted and so on. I'm not gonna repeat it here, just in case anybody gets offended. But the most of the time they leave behind the shampoos and just chargers for the phone, and
but nothing like
what happened here?
Yeah.
the previous lady who was hostess of this homestay said that she had the artist once who had a performance, and the performance included this sprinkling the hot candle wax everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He sent her. She sent him a bill afterwards, and he didn't want to pay, but unfortunately she knew that he was actually married, and where he lived.
Right.
So it was ended well for the guest house.
Wow. So it was all covered in like hot candle wax.
Yeah,
The
they had some
performance
sort
was
of performance. Yes,
in one of the rooms.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But the artist was there with his mistress, so it's not nice to do performance when you're not with your wife because you get caught easily. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez
And there's
Louise.
evidence.
It's a life hack, I think.
Yeah.
Keep that
Well,
in mind.
you heard it here from Madli. Don't cheat while you do an artistic performance.
Yes.
It's, naughty.
Or ever, but you do you.
Yes. Do you have any kind of like shout outs to give? Because sometimes we give out shout outs, but sometimes we like our guests to give shout outs, like any local, I don't know, small businesses that you know, or for your friends that you want to hear in shout out about, that
Or
other people-
experiences you've had recently that you really enjoyed.
Yeah, anything at all. Any of your friends that are like
Well,
making soap and stuff like that, or
Making soap. I don't have anybody making soap. I have
Aw.
a lovely neighbor who makes lovely candies.
oh
yes.
Yeah, you can buy them at Arvo Pärt Center.
That's
Yeah.
true.
If you
Yes.
ever come to Estonia,
Yes.
make sure to go there.
Yes, but she doesn't sell them online at all.
Not online, but
Okay,
you can
okay.
always, message her and,
And what's the name of the company? Is there a name?
There isn't a name.
Sambla Talu, type of
Sambla
thing?
Talu, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, and also Sambla Talu itself, obviously. Go and book it.
Yes.
If anybody's seen our photos, you can see how quaint it is. I guess we don't have any more questions, do we?
No.
Madli, do you want to say any pearls of wisdom to our listeners before we let you go? Don't cheat on your wife in a performance. That's one already. That's really handy to actually say.
It's handy, yes.
That's a nice quote as well.
Something deep and meaningful.
Please
I
do,
mean.
yeah.
It's gonna take some time.
We can
now.
edit the pause out,
Yes,
and then it will look like it's really quickly coming.
a few hours later.
Yeah. So, Madli, my phone battery's going.
A writer's block.
I do have a writer's block. I don't.
What would you suggest people to do? Because obviously January is the gloomiest month, apparently, right? So
What I suggest people to do?
Mhm.
I suggest people to it's a bit cliche, I think, but not to put your happiness in the future,
Yeah.
and attach it to something you have to achieve first before you can be happy, because it's not gonna happen
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
do things that make you happy, like today,
Yeah.
even something small.
Yes, and be do the stuff you want to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm. be a
studies.
teeny tiny bit egoistic, but not
Selfish.
to the detriment of others. But
You know that in many times you find the people who are really selfish, say that to other people quite often.
Oh.
Like,
what?
Laura,
No,
will you go and get me some pizza? No, I can't. I have a broken leg. You're so selfish, Laura. You're so selfish.
Yes,
Jesus.
that literally just happened.
So yes, in that case, it's okay to be selfish. with
Yes.
People like that, I guess.
It's good to use your freedoms, but not to
Take
step
away
on
other-
anyone else's freedom.
That's a
I
good
do
way.
have it. Yes. That I think that number one thing you have to be is honesty. You have to be honest to yourself and to others.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, that's a good
And
way.
then if you are honest, you have courage and you don't have anxiety. If you kind of, people there are pandemic anxiety because if you don't have anxiety, I think that some people will think that you are being like, I don't know, thinking you're superior.
Right.
So it's like, I honest, I don't have anxiety really. So it's like I have to feel ashamed because I don't.
Right.
Right, but I
Because
don't.
it's a very common thing right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
true.
a lot of people are like stressed out and anxious, and if
But
you
you
are
don't
not,
have to be,
Yeah.
You can, instead of being anxious, you can just be curious if you go to work. So what's gonna happen today?
Also, I feel like
Let's
anxiety
see.
and excitement feel a little bit similar.
They
They
are. You
are,
can
So you
switch
can
it.
switch it. Yeah. That's I've tried to do that sometimes. Sometimes it works. Sometimes
let's
it
get excited for.
going back to work in January. Woohoo! No. Anyway,
We are so excited to go back.
yeah. But thank you very much, Madli. It has been an absolute
Yeah.
pleasure.
Honor.
Yes. We've always looked up to Madli when we were
Yes.
little. And we still want to be just like Madli when we grow
Yeah.
up.
Whenever we grow
whenever
up.
this happens, any
When
day
we
now.
grow older.
When will that happen?
I don't know. We will
Any
let you
day
know.
now.
But thank you so much for coming in. With this
Finding us
very
here.
very snowy weather, going to the wrong place. Bless you. And
Yeah.
sharing your.
Wonder how
pearls
that
of wisdom.
happened.
I don't know, but anyway,
Nobody knows.
Who's to say?
It's a mystery.
And sharing your words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
And say thank you, Madli, for
Yeah. Thank you, Madli.
coming.
I say
Thank you for the music, singing. Thank you for the joy that you're bringing. Bye.
Hello. You have reached our voicemail. Please leave your positive message after the beep. Beep. Only kidding, I'm still here. Anyway, call us back.
So this month for our positive news, I wanna talk about the food intolerances test that myself and Ulla went for about a month ago now. So I'm not really supposed to mention the name or where we did it, and it's like a lot of people out there think maybe that it's hoo-ha and
Mumbo jumbo.
but to be honest, what came out, my body already knew. So let me first explain how it's done, and you make your own decisions after that.
Judgments.
Yeah, exactly. So what it is they use a it's called electrodermal screening machine. So it will have a metal, like a rod, a small machine with a dial and a metal rod that you have to hold or like press next to one of your fingers. So it's an acupuncture point on your hand. It doesn't pierce the skin, it's not painful, it's non-invasive. It tests about, I can't remember how many food items.
A lot.
It could test like 200 at least, but I don't know if we did that many. We did definitely the very main ones. I think it was like maybe 85 plus like minerals and stuff as well, or I could be wrong, but it seemed a lot. It covered a lot of bases. And it also even tests for some alcoholic drinks, and we did that as well. And some E-numbers and everything like that. And what it does is it has these little slots on the machine for food ampoules, and they're like little see-through vials of like, I'm assuming some sort of like that food item is in there. Extract, exactly. And they are placed into the circuit of the machine. And if the food item does not agree with you, it creates an abnormal reading. So the reading will be just like a little, and the dial barely moves. However, if everything is hunky-dory and all good, then the dial goes like to the other end.
Off the scale.
Yes, off the scale, and that's the good thing, or like up enough. Yeah. So it will pinpoint potential foods that need to be eliminated.
So it's not an intolerance test in a sense, or like allergy test.
It's not an allergy test at all.
Like life-threatening.
No. For that, and they say to you as well, you have to go to your GP for anything like that. This is just like the intolerance ones. So what came out from that is not surprising to me. So for me, it's dairy, all dairy. So doesn't agree with me very well. It obviously creates me a lot of sinus issues that I've had for a long time, and it's not lactose. It is the actual dairy part of it as well.
For me, it's lactose.
Yeah. So the difference there was that first you got the just cow's milk put in the machine, and both of ours, like we did it in separate days, but went like right. So then it's like right. Let's test for the next one was goat's milk. Now for Ulla, goat's milk was totally fine. It went to the other end.
Okay-ish,
totally fine. Mine was again, so that's the difference. So it's not just lactose, the sugar of the milk, but also the protein of the milk for me. So it's a bit different. What were your other things that came out for you again?
So sadly, I've had to say bye-bye to white wine.
Oh no, and you love white
grapes.
Yeah. These could be connected, you know.
Yeah. Weirdly, it's because of the seeds. She was saying that maybe strawberries and kiwi. And like it was very interesting. The lady was very well informed.
Very informed.
And she was talking through all of the food groups and like things that why something might be upsetting your stomach or something, or causing you fatigue. And also like what food groups, like what meals they would be in, which you wouldn't think sometimes, you know.
Exactly.
It was very interesting. Yeah. And then I think it was tomatoes as well. Like I'm not really supposed to have too much raw tomatoes, which I love. I love tomatoes.
But that's the thing. She kept saying, this is not food allergy.
Yeah.
It's like an intolerance. So we have lived
actually sensitivity, even intolerance is also very strong.
Yes,
word.
But it does say on the thing it's intolerance. But we have lived to our age not following it. So nothing bad will happen if you have a tomato. It's just, you know, information is power, right? So if you have now like the information, you can choose if you want to have tomatoes and lactose.
But yeah, with tomatoes, it's like some of them was like that. Yeah, try and avoid for a month and then maybe reintroduce. And the other ones were like just look out for. You don't really have to.
So I was going to say that
them.
next because it's my positive news segment. That
and it was my tomatoes.
Anyway, so basically, yes, you have to eliminate the one that you had a really strong reaction for, which in my case was dairy. She did say just a month of no dairy if you can, and then reintroduce them, which coincidentally finished when Christmas came around.
Christmas time.
So that was good timing, because in Estonia we did try, but stollen and all these other nice little things that we eat in Estonia, you kind of don't want to eliminate too much of that, or like, because we don't live in Estonia, it was much harder to figure out the alternatives. Not impossible, just we were relaxed, and it's fine. But yeah, if any of you want to find more information, just find locally where they do food intolerance tests. I am sure
they're usually attached to like local health stores.
Yeah, exactly. They do cost. But we just went for the whole shebang with also the E numbers and minerals, because we just wanted to know all the information. And to be honest, for me, like dairy, I have started already way before that to go for alternatives. So my body already kind of knew that. Another thing was apple. And I haven't had apple since I was a little girl because it just did not agree with me at all. So it wasn't like nothing was surprising what came out. I think for me it was also like egg, a little bit of egg, like to monitor, and oranges. So trying to avoid that. Luckily, sugar I can eat. Yes.
Or like, like in a way a little bit like sadly, I was
Yeah, I
hoping
know,
a little
yeah,
bit that maybe I will get a kick up the butt to kind of try and be more healthy, but
Well, I was happy with the coffee and sugar being totally allowed. Also, all of the alcohol was fine for me, but not that I like most of them anyway. But yeah, just a little thought, like obviously overall trying to be more healthy. So it's good to know what to avoid, and you can make your own mind up. But nothing in what the lady said made me feel, oh, this is just her
hoax or something.
Hoax or no, it seemed very clever. So just, if you want to know more about your body, go and visit your local health store for that, I think. Anything to add?
No.
Now you're quiet. Okay, that's enough.
Books and music, books and music. Join us for it if you choose it. Books and music, books and music. One more time. Books and music and yeah.
So we are gonna have a little chat about books we've recently read.
Music.
And some music that inspires us.
Aye.
I would like to talk about another thriller I've read.
Yeah.
It's The Boy in a White Room by Carl Olsberg.
So good.
So a little bit about a little summary. Piecing together his past from snippets from the internet, this main character must decide what facts about him are true and which are not in this suspenseful thriller, a bestseller in Germany. So on the Waterstones website, it describes it as follows. A boy wakes up to find himself locked in a white room. He has no memories, no idea who he is, and no idea how he got there. So a computer-generated voice named Alice responds to his questions. Through her, he is able to access the internet. He gradually pieces together his story, an abduction, a critical injury, snippets of his past. But how can the boy tell what's real and what's not? Who is he really? So yeah, the whole book keeps you guessing throughout rooting for this guy to figure things out.
It's so good.
So you don't like it twists and turns and stuff. It has now also been optioned for TV development by Netflix.
Oh, I would really want to see that.
Yeah, how it's like kind of how they figured out like visually and stuff.
Yeah.
But a little bit about the author. So Carl Olsberg is the pseudonym of the German writer and entrepreneur Karl Ludwig Max Hans Freiherr von Wendt. He was born 19th December 1916, Bielefeld, maybe? He holds a PhD in artificial intelligence and is the founder of 3 startup companies. So he has written more than 50 books, among them several German national bestsellers. And he's an active member of the international AI safety community, so working together with the AI experts to prevent existential risks from advanced AI. So that's quite topical.
Yep, very topical.
Like we already spoke a little bit about AI as well. And that book is like heavily, like AI is featuring in it heavily.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a very interesting book.
Yeah, go and read it, guys.
You've read it as well, Laura, haven't you? I got the book from you, I think.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's everything.
Well, my one, because I realize what the time is and we really need to wrap this up a bit more, is by...
That makes for a good podcast.
Is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. And it basically speaks about twins that live in a small town in America, and from how it's written, you figure out very quickly that they are black, but don't look black. The author is also black and has maybe put a little bit of herself in there somewhere. It's really beautifully written, but it's not a light read. It's not like one of those books you can read during like a summer holiday. You know, it's a very good book about how the twins kind of go their separate ways, and one of them adopts the so-called white people's lifestyle. And it's at the time, I think it's in the 80s, so the young in the 60s, and then it talks about the 80s, basically, where you can't just find someone who doesn't want to be found. So for a long while, those two twins don't know where the other one is, or one of them is kind of like
that's
gone
so
away.
sad.
I know, it did make me very sad. I don't
Being
want
a
to
twin and all.
Exactly. It's very, it speaks about the racial injustices a little bit as well. It's a very cleverly written, very good book, and like kind of a little bit sad, but in a beautiful kind of way. And I don't want to speak too much about it because maybe people want to read it, but I think it's a good one. It did get the it was released or published in 2020. And was debuted at #1 on the New York Times fiction bestseller list. And there's going to be a limited series for that as well.
All these TV adaptations.
I know. I actually would love to see that as well. So, The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Right, let's go over to music.
Music. So amongst all of the festive songs, I've also been listening to my Spotify playlist, which is titled Car. So it's for my car journeys. And I found a pearl the other day. It's Christine and the Queens, Tilted.
Oh my God, yeah. I know that song.
It's quite like a mellow song.
Yeah.
So the person's name is actually like Heloise Adelaide Letizier, and is professionally also known as Christine and the Queens and Red Car more recently, because they have actually gone through a transition from female to male. So they've also changed their name, band name and stuff. And occasionally just Chris. And he is a French singer and songwriter.
Right.
He started learning piano at the age of 4 and found inspiration in one of London's clubs while studying. So a little bit about that song. It was originally written in English with a different word in the title and like in the main chorus, but it wasn't received very well when...
What was it?
Cripple. So when they sang it in Birmingham, it wasn't received well. So they kind of reworked the lyrics in French, and from that he made another English version. So the English and French versions are not an exact translation and have significant differences in the lyrics, but have kind of the same idea. He himself has said that the song is an easy song with an uneasy subject. It's about feeling out of place, not finding your balance, or being depressed even, but with playful images. With the song you can dance on. He explained that the song is about embracing the fact that you can't really find your balance. He's like embracing his awkwardness because his life journey has been like quite awkward as well. But and embracing yourself, who you are.
Yeah, nice.
And that's it.
Cool. So my one is The Warning, the band called The Warning. They are 3 sisters from Mexico, and they are absolutely super talented. Everybody should go and have a little listen if you like rock music. And what's really awesome about them is that they're obviously, the band consists of them 3. So there's a guitarist, drummer, and a bassist, and they kind of started playing rock music through the Rock Band game, which is quite funny. And then they did like covers and posted them on YouTube. And I think they mostly shot to fame because they did the cover for Metallica's Enter Sandman, and it went viral. and that was in 2014. And even like Metallica's guitarist Kirk Hammett, has like praised and said, especially about the drummer, kicks maximum ass. So we actually are going to see them in April. I'm so excited. Their new album is called Error, and there's so many good songs on there. So go and give it a listen. I like the one El Martiro. That's one of my favorite ones. But there's so many good tunes, and this, like I said, such a talented bunch of sisters, and really like cool rock, I think.
Cool. Ula's fun facts about animals. So before I start with my fun facts about animals, what's Dolce been up to?
So recently it's been a bit darker in the evenings. So when we go out with her, we always have to have like a group work with Paul to notice the secondary location for poo. So
okay.
she poos, and then
Does she?
yeah, and then while one of us is like, okay, I'll take the bag it up. It's dark, so you have to like show the flashlight on it and stuff. The other one has to keep an eye on her because she goes as far as she could for that little second poo. So we always are like secondary location, copy. So yeah, there we go. So that's
The joys of a dog owner.
yeah, love it.
Lovely. Okay, so this next phenomenon I came across whilst wasting my time on TikTok. Happened on Neil the Seal's side of TikTok, and it did not disappoint. Neil is a TikTok sensation. He's a 600-kilo southern elephant seal who has been causing a stir on the Australian island of Tasmania, appearing in the streets rather than his usual home by the sea. The seal has been seen lying in front of a local estate agent's office, causing commotion outside a fish and chip shop, and even blocking a woman from getting into her car. So people have had to actually phone in sick or like to their employers that, I can't come into work right now because, Neil is blocking my route. There's photos and videos of Neil chomping on traffic cones and disfiguring road marker posts or inconveniencing traffic, and it has led to the seal attracting crowds, many wanting to film his funny behavior for themselves, and items like t-shirts and soft toys are also being sold in his name.
Of course,
and there's even been a song written about him, which I haven't heard yet, but yeah.
Is it written by Seal? Famous artist. You're welcome.
So southern elephant seals are the largest of all seal species, and males can reach up to 4 to 5 meters in length and weigh up to 3,500 kilos. So you can like kind of maybe imagine what people are faced with, like roughly the same as a van.
What?
The kilos.
Oh, kilos,
weight,
yeah.
Femurs are usually a bit smaller. But yeah.
Aww.
But yeah, females can weigh the same as a grand piano.
Wow.
So you don't really want to be squished under the seal.
Nope.
But yeah, according to the Department of Natural Resources and Environment, Tasmania southern seal elephants will actually move very quickly though, so you don't want to be on their way, and like if they get harassed. So
right, okay.
That's why they're a bit dangerous for humans. So that's why it's not like all giggles and
yeah.
So
fair enough. Does he live like nearby there? I'm assuming, right?
So like they come. It's thought that Neil came on a haul out, which is a period which seals come to land to rest.
Okay.
And also to molt, to change their skin.
Okay.
But he has kind of ventured a bit further than the seashore.
Okay.
Into people's yards.
Bless.
So they kind of, during this time, the animals take time to recuperate. And the females can actually give birth at the time. So that's why he's been kind of causing havoc for a few months. But I think he's gonna like now return into the sea soon.
Cool.
But yeah, they've had to kind of put signs up for people to keep their distance or keep their dogs on the leads.
Aww.
But yeah,
Cute.
I would recommend to go and see videos about
And what's the name again?
Neil the Seal.
Neil the Seal.
So Neil.
And I think everybody knows how to spell seal.
But yeah, it was just so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Fun times.
here you go.
You've been listening to Glass Half Full. Hope it added something positive to your day.
Please follow us on Instagram at classhalf.full or email us at classhalf.full@gmail.com.
We're now also on Facebook.
We've been the Klaas twins, and we will be back again next month with more positive vibes.
Namaste.
No, namaste in bed.
Oh. Oh well.
Oh.
Secondary location. Copy.